one of the biggest VTuber dramas that's happened. So there was a girl. This is one of the biggest VTuber dramas that's happened. So there was a girl, and she's a VTuber, and it's very hard for me to explain.
There is the Palworld logo here. There's so much of this. I got so much of this. What do you call this in English?
What?
What?
What? What
The
is?
stuffy up there, the one with the spell word.
Tabs?
It's tabs. You got so much tabs. Gosh. Wow.
What really happened because of all of the different things that are going on at the same time. But Ninja Sani, is that the way to say the name? Have basically terminated this girl, and apparently they worked her to fucking death. And she had terrible experiences with the company, and I didn't even know that these guys existed.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're up here. So it's been a wild 24 hours and a very rough time period for the reputation of Niji Sanji. As
And
most
they
of you
actually, like,
already
there's
know,
another,
yesterday, Niji
there was, like, some other people that were collaborating with them that pulled out of the collaboration today, I'm pretty sure.
I love that. Blue as well. Some people that were collaborating with her stopped collaborating because of that.
Yeah, there was like Hertz or something like that. It was like a PC selling company.
Wow.
Yeah, there's probably been a few others too now.
What the fuck? If I found out that the company basically did that, no matter who you are, no matter what you do, I'm not buying your shit. I didn't eat. You can try whatever, but since I learned that McDonald's was wanting to put back the children to work in America, I didn't eat McDo in 1 year and a half. I will do it. I don't need your shit. I will find other way to have the stuff I want. Even if it's harder, even if it's more pricey, I'd rather sleep at night than be basically buying shit from someone like you. I stopped playing the final partially because I discovered that there was a company that basically put Dark and Darker into a trial for no reason. So don't just stop being dumb, companies. You suck.
Yeah.
Sanji announced they terminated their contract with Libra Selen Tatsuki, and in the process released this document, essentially throwing her under the bus.
Yep.
Now, a lot of the claims in that document were contested by tweets made by
I will not be silenced anymore. On December, I was hospitalized for an attempt that was caused by build-up of bullying from within and being toxic and poor environment for numerous months that led to my breaking point. I requested to leave first, but on more neutral term on 25 January. Poor DokiBird, what the fuck, Nishanji?
Yeah.
Nishanji, go to hell, seriously. And I hope that you're not doing that to anyone other of you people in there. If you're in there, I hope you're safe.
Selen on her past life account called DokiBird, where she revealed many details of the situation, including the reason as to why she
I
was
will not be silenced anymore. On December, I was hospitalized for an attempt that was caused by a oh, she tried to kill herself, maybe. Caused by a buildup of bullying and within, and being in a toxic, poor environment for numerous months that led to my breaking point. I requested to leave first, but on more neutral terms. Oh, wow. Holy fuck.
hospitalized back in December.
Jesus.
And that was a result of an attempt on her own life where she cited bullying from within and a toxic and poor work environment at Niji Sanji. Now, I covered all of these details in depth in yesterday's video. You can check it out in the description if you want. But today we're going to focus on something else, and that is the fallout of this situation.
Yeah.
How many different parties have responded to this situation.
I remember whenever I read the whole post, I was like, man, they kind of torched her. Like, because usually, like, you know, these VTuber things, there's like drama, but you never get to know about it. A custom PC company just terminated their relationship with Niji Sanji. Cancel and refund all customers. Yeah,
What the fuck? Like, you see someone that is... Oh, they cancel with Nishanji.
their relationship with Niji Sanji.
Oh, yeah, that's fine then. Yeah, you must terminate your stuff with Shinji. By the way, good job, Pokemon. You're working with a company that push people to suicide. Nice.
Cancel and refund all customers? Yeah, I saw that. It's called Height. Let me see if I can pull it up and see if it's on here at all. Yeah, after recent developments regarding Any Color, aka Ninja Sani, Height has made the decision to terminate our current projects with the VTuber group. So they totally dropped them. Holy shit.
But one thing that's been
Ninja
consistent
Sani.
Understandable, by the way. I would do the same. Get the fuck out of there with any relationship with people like this.
Who
throughout
gives
the
a
past
fuck?
24 hours is a bukkake of community notes
It's gonna be
being
Rip
attached
Bozo
to
pretty
Niji
soon
Sanji's
anyway.
termination announcement. So
Who cares?
Niji Sanji has been sending in
By the way, as for today, the amount of money lost by Niji Sanji, I watched earlier in the stream, it's equal to roughly between 10 and 20, I don't remember the exact number, between 20 and 20 million dollars they lost since departure. Their actions
That's insane.
in the on the trade market, the actions are basically dropping super fast. I just hope that it's not going to impact the people that are still inside and
Yeah.
that could suffer from it.
the assassins. They're doing their best to take down these community notes, but they keep popping up as soon as they're taken down. Here's the latest one, citing one of the quotes from the document saying lack of communications with creators resulted in delays in Selen's commission payments to creators, where the note says, creators who have been commissioned by Selen have stepped forward denying these claims, even saying she had to pay them out of pocket due to management.
Jesus.
Yeah, so basically she did a suicide attempt, they hid it, and in addition to that, they also tried when they fired her to basically make a lot of very bad stuff about her. Blue, didn't there was another contract terminated with this company at some point?
Yeah, it was like Pomu or something along that sort. But
they
it
were-
wasn't terminated. They just graduated. They've been having a lot of graduations lately. There's like 6 or 7 people that graduated recently.
Probably people leaving. DG crappy, yeah, exactly.
Not doing so, which honestly lines up with a lot of the different controversies that management has been involved in the past with Selen and some of her projects that she has worked on.
Oh my
So
God.
moving forward, a lot of people have focused on a certain portion of that document where they claim that it wasn't Niji Sanji and their management who was bullying and harassing Selen. It was actually other livers within the English branch.
That's me,
which
not
of
you.
course
Sorry about
leads to the question, who were these people bullying Selen? Because the document doesn't name them, so now people are trying to guess.
The only thing I really say about the Selen stuff is that this was the worst choice they could have made with this statement. They basically just admitted they were being internally they basically just admitted to their being internally bullying and refusing to do anything about it. Woo! Nice! Nice way to basically either put every of your VTubers in
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
why
drama.
everyone in the that's why everyone's losing subscribers in Niji Sanji.
Well, yeah, you basically made everyone basically have trouble, or you're just a bunch of liars. They start a witch hunt on the livers and stuff. Yeah, but their money directly come from the livers, so they're basically doing what's the opposite of a company like this is supposed to do, which is protecting the livers. I'm not talking about moral, I'm not talking about ethics, stuff like this. But if you get into a company, it's to have a certain degree of security. If Niji Crappy can't offer you the security, what is the point of joining this company? Basically, you better being an individual.
When, because the document doesn't name them, so now people are trying to guess. And as you can see, since the termination announcement, many different EN livers at Niji Sanji have lost.
they're all getting unsubscribed? Just as like a fucking shotgun approach? Oh my god. I mean, I bet half of these people didn't even have anything to fucking do with it. I kind of feel bad for them, but there it is.
Thousands of subscribers. Now, a portion of this is, of course, people who are just upset with Niji Sanji
Yeah.
as a whole and want to just show
Guilt
that
by
through
associate. Yeah, I feel
unsubscribing to
bad for
different
them.
livers. But there's also people looking around
Assuming
and
they're
making
not bad
guesses. They're on a
actors.
witch hunt saying,
Of course.
I wonder who the bully was. Based on X, Y, and Z, it might be this person, so they're unsubscribing. Now we're looking
Yeah.
at a situation where all of these livers are being affixed blame for something that Niji Sanji management was trying to create. They're trying to create this illusion that they had no involvement with this bullying and mistreatment and toxic work environment. It was actually other livers.
Well,
But
there's no way to know what happened because they're not going to say what happened. So unless the girl comes out and says what happened, you're just taking shots in the dark. Which is like, that's not really cool to do. I mean, I don't think that's a great thing.
of course, when you don't name them,
My opinion, knowing how Nishidanji is, I wouldn't be surprised that it's directly all of Nishidanji that is like the management was part of the harassment. And maybe some livers were part of it. I don't know the livers enough to have any opinion, but I'm pretty sure that there is no way Niji Crappy is like 100% white in this story. I'm sure they were responsible for some stuff. They don't look like a company that you can trust at all.
Think
this
the
is
yacht. That's what they
results.
say.
However, a lot
Yeah,
of
I saw
Niji
that a lot.
Sanji Ian livers have come out to make tweets about the situation, despite being quiet for the first couple of hours in the wake of the termination announcement. So Renzoto came out and said, I'll speak for myself, very unfair situation. I'm really upset. Please be respectful. Hex Haywire came out and said, very cryptically, the truth will set you free.
What the fuck does that mean? Trust will set you free. Like, okay. 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 Just, are you a dick? The good thing to do in this situation is to say that you're with Seren. It's,
Well,
it was
that's the
DokiBird.
person in Niji Sanji. If they said that, then they'd be breaching contract probably. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, but what the fuck? You're not staying inside this. I'd rather breach contract than, you know. Maybe it's only me, but I prefer to breach contracts and support that.
Well, because breaching contract can hurt them in a lot of ways.
No, yeah, you can get in. You can have a trial and stuff done to you, even if they're not based in Japan with Nijidanji, it will go into international court. That's kind of already. I mean, that can be stressful, but I don't know. Maybe it's just a missing, but what? She tried to kill herself, and she's a VTuber. She's doing the same work than us. It could be us. It could very much be us. And since she's not here anymore, we could be the next. It may be very egoist to think that, but for me, it's a very basic of I don't want others to experience what I don't want to experience myself. Unless they want to experience it, of course. I don't want to be harassed and pushed to kill to attempt against my own life. So there is no way I can't support her and say I'm with her, and maybe I will breach contract, and maybe there will be more drama on Shinji because they're going to put me in trial for that. Well, they can fucking go fuck themselves, and they can do it. They can do it. They can put me in trial and like. At least I know I have done the right thing, and I'm pretty sure that the community of people that support you when you're VTubers, they will understand. Because they understood what happened to DokiBird, and they are very well aware. Of course, you know me, Blue. I get in trouble often because I'm someone that doesn't stand any form of harassment or stuff like this, so hey. Maybe it's just easier for me. Maybe it's very hard when you have a bunch of stuff around you, etc. But myself, I can't stand it. It's personal, maybe. I don't want to throw the rock at them, but at least say that you're sad and you support DokiBird in his suffering, you know? Minimum basic.
Roseme said, saddened with everything going on, I'll take a few days off social media for my well-being. Take care, everyone. And then Kyo came out and said,
See, that was an answer that was far more decent. A bit maybe. You say what you must say is politically correct, but that's better than doing something that make it feel a bit light of what happened.
Yeah.
hey guys, I think I'm going to cancel tonight's stream. See you tomorrow, which is very
Probably a
unfortunate
good
timing
idea.
of all of this, because only a few days ago, it was announced that Kyo would be graduating on February 17th.
That means quitting.
And as people have pointed out, this
Yeah, so they are basically dropping because of that. So yeah, I understand totally.
has really made a very complicated and upsetting situation for someone like Kyo, because this is overshadowing what should be a celebration as he's heading out the door. He was streaming throughout the time between the announcement and his graduation stream on the 17th, and he's supposed to be streaming. Now he's canceling streams because of everything going on with the Selene termination. But going forward, a lot of other people outside of the organization have come forward to share their experiences with
I could tell that much. Hello, Dark Dragon. We are watching a video about basically what happened to Selene, to DokiBird. But yeah, Nishijanji really doesn't give a single fuck about their talents. That's incredible. That's crazy, because that's exactly the feeling I had the first time I saw their presentation. I was like, yeah, something is wrong with them. Well, guess what? They're fucking horrible.
Niji Sanji's management. You can see this tweet saying,
Yeah, see, that's what I like, because obviously the people that work for the company aren't gonna say anything that's like really bad, right? Like, they're never gonna be like, yeah, so they actually, you know, have like slave labor making the shirts that we sell or something like that. Like, they're not really gonna say anything bad. So like, I want to see what other people say that just like worked with them. Is there any proof of this? I mean, there's the girl saying that it happened. There's everybody else, like, there's not anybody providing proof that it didn't happen. There's people that worked with her who said that the company didn't pay them, but she paid them instead. I mean, like, what do you want? Like, think about, like, what proof would you need? How do you prove a negative?
saying right here that a former talent, or a talent that was considering to join Niji Sanji, was asked to give up his entire voice acting career altogether
What the
if he
fuck?
was to join Niji Sanji.
What the fuck? Voice acting is so good. It's one of the talent of being a VTuber. What the heck? And so many VTuber basically use VTubing to later on do the stuff they like. I see. It seems all that anyone talk about recently. No, I saw a lot of other stuff, but maybe because I'm European. Myself, I'm not someone that take care much about the news, so I don't know. But this one, yeah, it's making noise and it's impacting directly our work, because we are VTubers, so of course it's interesting me.
Oh, this is pretty common. A lot of these VTuber agencies, and this isn't all of them. I'm not trying to, you know, like shit on all of them, but there are some of them, and like, they don't want you to work for them. They want to own you. And whenever I say own you, I do literally mean own you. They own the IP of that character. And so your existence online is foundationally built off of that one character, and they own and control that. They own the IP.
You know what this remind me, Blue, of?
What?
It's exactly the same things when there is a toxic relationship and one of the partner isolates the other to make them dependent on them so they can't leave. You know, when they say, "Oh, you should leave your work," "Oh no, don't go do that," because they know that if you are dependent of them for money, for where you live, stuff like this, you're going to be in much more difficulty to live. And I feel like Nichijinji is just doing that. They're basically being toxic and abusive and trying to cut you of any resources external that you can use to escape them in case something goes wrong.
Yeah.
Voiceover, do you have an agent? And I was like, yeah, I have an agent. Hey, Meowmeda, thank you for the Prime.
14-month pop.
And I was like, yeah, I have an agent. And they were like, okay, would you quit your agency? And I was like, I don't feel the need to because I feel like agency and management are different. I'm like, okay, cool. So you prioritize your voiceover. And I was like, huh? What? In the Genjutsu? What?
Oh.
What do you mean? Huh?
And you can see it from their perspective because, like, the more elements of a person's career they control, the more ability that they have to exercise power over that individual. It's just common sense.
It didn't work out. With Niji, they told
Genuine
me
voice
I
actor?
could not
There it is.
do voiceover at all.
Ooh. Wow.
And I was like, no.
No.
And they were like, is that non-negotiable? I was like, hey, I would love to work with you guys, but yeah, that's non-negotiable.
Now we've seen how
That's
some
smart. Yeah, he made the right call. Absolutely. That's fucking ridiculous that they think they can control what he does outside of that. Yeah. Yeah.
create
He really went like so close to having like his whole internet life to be controlled. He must be very happy right now that he made his decision because it's not an easy decision to make. He must have feel, probably bad. He must have been like, oh, that's an occasion. Is my other career worth that much? I could have entered an agency. That's not easy. That's some security, everything. Maybe he had regrets. And then you see that and you're like, okay, no, I was right. I was right. I was fucking right. I should never have given anything to them. I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
Honestly, that kind of aspect that they are wanting to discuss is just an issue with copyright material that he has, which would cause an issue for the company, probably because they have opposing opportunities. No. They wanted him to give up voice acting, but they weren't planning on replacing the voice acting that he was doing. They were very much trying to cut him from his other external sources of money, of being a bit independent from the company. Like he said, I don't remember exactly the word, but it was different. Management, agency, doesn't need to be linked. A lot of indie VTubers have management that is indie management. I think a lot of people doesn't know that, but having an indie manager is a huge help, especially someone that is trained in either marketing or trained in basically share resources or stuff like this, because they can do a lot of the work that is analyzing what is getting out, what is trending, what is good, and they can give you advices. That's something.
creators within and outside of Niji Sanji have reacted to this situation, but here's a very funny route that we didn't expect. Mods revolting against Niji Sanji.
Uh-oh.
So we have this tweet saying, ain't no way the mods of Selen's YouTube channel reinstated an offline live to advertise Doki's socials and turned on live chat. I kneel. So here you can see the mod saying, Niji Sanji effed up. They did not remove my mod. please subscribe to DokiBird on that stream chat on YouTube.
So DokiBird is her old account that she used because she can't use the other one because Niji Sanji owns it. Is that basically where we're at here? Oh, that's cute. Based mod? Yeah, there it is.
And then going forward, they said, they can sue me if it breaches my NDA with them. Don't care anymore. Go follow DokiBird and show her some love. Absolutely based behavior by this mod.
Yeah, for sure.
Amazing stuff. But you can see, as this stream was made live once
Sink
again,
the yacht.
people were spamming the chat with many different messages, but one in particular.
The thing, the yacht, I saw the meme, it was so fucking hilarious. All that because the director of Nishijanji wanted a yacht, and they're like, you're going to bed shit, you dumb asshole. But yeah, the mods were very heroic. I don't know how mods on YouTube and Nishijanji work. I know that sometimes it's people that you still trust, like Andy does. People that you pay sometimes, like when Andy's can do that, they do it, usually. At least from the people I know, that's what they do. And in companies, sometimes they hire mods for you, which can be great. It's a work. It's a work. You need to be attentive to every fucking chat messages during a whole stream. When there is someone like 8,000 people. Oh, even being a moderator for the chat of Villian during the event for the Stuffy, it was 30,000 people, or for DokiBird, 120,000 people watching the stream. Imagine having to moderate that much messages. That's fucking work. You don't enjoy the stream at all at this point. You're just reading messages after messages after messages, always asking yourself, okay, is this good? Is this not good? And it's not like there is a simple rule. Most of the time, there is a lot of messages that are either because the person doesn't speak very well English or because they want to troll a bit. It's a gray area. I'm a specialist of saying stuff in a gray area. I can't help myself. I fucking love this. To confuse people. I strike the gray area all the time. I'm very much guilty of that.
No.
Sink the yacht, which is a meme about a yacht that people say the CEO of Niji Sanji owns, and that they need to make greedy decisions as a business to fund that yacht. And this sink the yacht phrase has been trending all over Twitter for the past 24 hours. Very funny stuff. But, of course, you probably expected this. The pool's closed, fun's over, the stream has since been privated, but that was to be expected. However, it didn't end there. Some other users took to Wikipedia to start editing the pages.
In the public sphere, I don't want to know what this word black company means. It's been called a black company due to its practices of oversaturating their trenches with new talent, bureaucratic management, and a high turnaround rate.
Oh, I heard about that. It's something from the idol world, I think, where basically they take new talents, they overwork them to the bone, and they make them go in burnout, and then they just drop them, and they still made money, so they're happy, and it costs them nothing because the new talent to hire is very low. And they do that also. They started doing that in companies outside idol stuff. It become a trend in France. I was about to say that's not racist. No, it's like black market. It's not about the skin. It's not at all about the skin. It's like black market, it's a black company, it's like black is referencing to basically shady. More darkness. But I don't know the etymology of exactly that, I think at least. But anyway, it was just that in France, it started, not with Vtuber or with idol stuff or stuff like this. I'm not even sure it started with idol stuff in Japan. But in France, it's Informatic Society that does that. They basically take you in, they overwork you to the bone, often for shitty projects that they basically don't do for much, but that they do quick. And once you're done, they're just like dropping you out on the market back, and you got a burnout, you don't have much money because they didn't pay you well. Often they try to make you stay in trial period so they can fire you whenever they want. It's very bad. It's very bad.
Though these companies may not fit the typical mold of sweatshop or office work, they are considered black companies due to their workplace condition. Okay, so black companies are like bad, basically. Okay.
Related to Niji Sanji. So as you can see, first sentence of the Niji Sanji page for a moment said this: Niji Sanji is a black company owned by Any Color. Now, if you don't know what a black company is, it's
I never
basically a
heard of
company that is very exploitative towards its own workers. Now, if you go to the actual black company page, people were starting to edit that as well on Wikipedia and listed Niji Sanji as an example of a black company. But of course, just like the last situation, pools closed, funds over, and they would lock the related Wikipedia pages. But it didn't end there, because the reputation of Niji
It's hard to say whether they deserve this term or not. I don't know enough about this to say so. I know that like a lot of times people go in and edit Wikipedia pages effectively to like protest things. I think that in general, Wikipedia makes the right decision to at least wait for a little bit of time until the dust settles to then allow big accusations like that to be leveraged against a company. Now, I think that Wikipedia is not really completely in the wrong for trying to at least keep things clean for now until the dust settles and more facts are out there. I think that's very fair.
Well, Wikipedia is a website that is supposed to record history and facts and basically scientific facts. So of course they're going to wait. Nobody can make history on the present. A lot of people try, but you end up doing journalism at best, and at worst you're doing basically just being like radoting over stuff that you don't know or making a people magazine, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, Wikipedia, as much as they could agree or not with that, of course they're going to wait. And they're going to wait a few months, maybe a bit more, until the facts are there, until the facts can be verified. And they did a lot of work. I remember when Wikipedia started, I remember that there was a lot of moments where basically this got put into fact. Because they made mistake, and when I was a teen, Wikipedia was synonym of being very wrong. Because most of the stuff on Wikipedia was stupidly wrong because it wasn't verified. Since then, they made a lot of effort. They wanted to become very much scientific. So, yeah, of course, they're going to be very much more careful.
At least from their perspective.
Absolutely major blow. So it's not just
you don't want Wikipedia to turn into a tool that people use for like activism. Like I don't think that's what the people that run the website want. I know as a user of the website, that's not what I want. I think most people just want it to be a platform where you can find out information.
Wikipedia pages. Niji Sanji is now affiliated with Black Company. If you go to Twitter, for example, and type in Black Company, here's the results. First and foremost, Niji Sanji,
of course,
BN
right?
official.
Somebody's talking about it.
Well, at least that's... I'm sorry, but Niji Sanji get that in the ass. Even for letting that happen, you deserve it. And with the amount of people that are leaving, it seems like effectively there is a very big turnover. That's never good. A huge turnover in a company is never good. At least if you are an employee. If you're a patron, that can be a technique, which is probably not technical. But as an employee, you should avoid any company that got a huge turnover, unless you want basically to not work long for a company. In this case, there are often companies where you can get out a bit more easily if you're sure of yourself. But you should keep way to get out in this case, because they're going to sometimes try to control you, to very much work you to the bone.
This title of a black company has been something that's been associated with Niji Sanji for years.
Oh wait, so the actual way? No, wait. Let me try it myself.
Like for years, really?
Black company. No. It's not showing up to me. Trying quotations? Sure. Still not seeing it. It got removed. Maybe it's hard to say. Doki is related to them? Yeah, I know. But Doki is a terminated VTuber. Well, yeah, that
How it is becoming a much more widely accepted and supported belief that they are in fact a black company, and that's something that's gotten to the point where their name is literally associated with it. But anyways, there's a lot of other people reacting to the situation. We covered in yesterday's video a merch company making an announcement about how they're going to treat Niji Sanji merch in the future. They're saying that basically they're going to
I'm going to have a hot take here that some people might not like. I think that almost all of the VTuber agencies that exist are some form of exploitative, and they are, or at least on the spectrum of being exploitative. I think the idea that you own a person's IP and the level of control that they exert over those people is, I think, completely out of bounds. I think it is totally way overstepping what a management company should be doing, and I understand what the culture is in Japan. I get that. And what I'm saying is that I think that culture is dog shit. It's bad, it's exploitative, and I don't like it.
I agree. It's dog shit. Corporation culture is dog shit. It's American before being Japanese, but it got its own variation in Japan. But I hate it. The French one, I hate it. The Japan one, I hate it. The American one, I hate it. Every stuff, every time I saw it, be it we own you, be it we are family, all of those, I fucking hate them. There is nothing more that make me vomit more than a company that's trying to control me, either by feelings or by monetary ways or by contract or stuff like this. Unlike Asmogoto, I should say that he probably says that because he doesn't know all the company. There are exceptions that for now have been rather doing not so much bad stuff. I'm talking notably about Fishojo. That is, for example, a company that does not own your IP and your character and everything. When you get out, you're free to keep everything you have, which is great. And there is also Vichiban, which is a company that was made by the VTuber inside it. So it's basically at this point a form of socialism, corporativism, where the people that benefit from the corporation are actually the people working in the corporation, without someone that is doing background work that you don't really know what's happening and that got the idea of making a company taking his share. No. It's directly them in control of their own life, and that's great. They probably block the term of to be associated with a company. Yeah, with how Twitter is now. Oh gosh, I wouldn't be surprised that Musk got a little tip and it got blocked. Wouldn't be a surprise.
That's what I'm saying. Very, very fucking clearly.
It's dog shit.
And so, yeah, I know that's the way they do it over there, and it's a bad way of doing it.
Yep.
And I think that a lot of them are like this.
Every culture should not be treated as inferior or stuff like this, but you can say that the culture is dog shit when it's dog shit.
And
it's a political say.
They met Selene at Anime Expo of 2022, and unsurprisingly, it turns out she's a really nice person and someone who really appreciates artists. And they go on to say, basically, go ahead and support DokiBird. Well, we have an update from that situation. Almost instantaneously, they sold out their remaining Niji Sanji inventory, and they made about $2,000 in revenue that they would send to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. So, hats off, great work on that.
Yeah, easy. No, not easy, but what should be done? It's sad that people have to do more work, more efforts. It's also that they give money. Giving money to help is always good, but it's that they had to work more and harder due to necessity, but that's the way you do it. And yeah, there is no 20 ways to say that. Bad people doing bad stuff always make the good people, the normal people, not even good people, just normal people, pay the price. That's because they basically exploit others, and because they basically create a situation where there will be damages, and someone needs to fix those damages, and usually it's the people around them.
Amazing response to the situation, and also just taking advantage of the moment to make a stance and also promote their business. Smart move, if you ask me. But moving forward, there are other types of content creators and accounts that are taking a stand against this. You see many different clip channels and VTuber related pages on Twitter making statements about the situation. You have VTubers Out of Context here, a very popular Twitter account, saying, well, they've been posting less frequently due to constant graduation.
Yeah, I've always been kind of surprised that so many people are such big fans of these like VTuber groups whenever I think that they use completely unethical means. And I think that there might be an element of it, like I'm a little fucked up, right? And so I always think to myself, maybe people like that, right? They like the control. They think that it makes it interesting. But to me, I find it to be very unsettling and weird. I like the control. Yeah, I don't. The consumer doesn't really care. And you're right. The consumer doesn't care. But like for me, like I would find it to be extremely off-putting to know that the way that I'm looking at a person is a completely fake image that is being maintained by a corporation that's trying to sell a person that doesn't exist. Like whenever I hear that, I'm like, well, this is, what the fuck am I doing here? Why am I doing this? And like, I'm not trying to, again, I don't want to call out any specific place because I think that, again, almost all of them are on this spectrum. But it's just surprising to me that it's become so popular here in the West whenever, like in any other facet of like employment, this would be considered borderline fucking illegal. It's just crazy for me to see it. That's it.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I didn't saw this side coming up, and it's true that it was a question I was asking myself very much. What? And maybe Blue, you know more than me. Maybe someone in the chat know more than me. But what are the limits, for example, of the people that are in this shoujo? Are they allowed to express their own opinion like they want? Or is that problem like if you talk about Hong Kong that shouldn't be a part of China, you're going to have problem with your company even if it's this shoujo, you know? Because that's something that if I ever plan to become part of a company, I'm going to ask them. And because I'm a dumb bitch, because I'm a very, very huge dumb bitch, I'm never going to be able to have a filter like DokiBird had. She had a filter where she was like, "Oh yeah, I shouldn't talk about Pokemon."
What we need to do is pick up Niji, whatever the hell it is, and move.
Shut
on
up, Wesker.
there.
It's not the time. It's not the time. I'm not giving you Niji. You can go there yourself. You're born in a you're made of a Japan video game. You can do it. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to basically contain myself from saying the stuff I think if I think it's legitimate. And there is stuff where I acknowledge that I don't know exactly. Like, conflict Israelo-Palestinian, I'm not going to openly talk about that because complicated subject, I'm not smart enough to know exactly what's happening on which side and everything. But in the case of like some other, I wouldn't be able to contain myself because to me, at least to me, it appears to be very clear. And maybe I'm just very dumb. That's a possibility because I don't know everything. But to have my privacy took away from me, that's so weird, you know? Like Asmongot says, that imagine you're going to work for like, I don't know, you're going to work for Toyota and they tell you you never allowed to say something bad about the Toyota or say something about Hong Kong or drive another car or a lot of conditions like that. You would be like, what the fuck? I'm never accepting that. But it's because it's because it's a communication job, they impose that and people accepted it. Mostly because it's hidden too. I think that Asmongold doesn't point it out how much they make it hidden, so it's hard to notice it when you don't know. It's hard to notice when you don't know that they have so much rules about stuff. So that's a question. If someone knows, if I can post comment about it, I'm always happy to learn, but what are actually the filter that people have in Vshoujo? If there are some, I don't know. I'm very curious about that. And yeah, that's fucking
Bad news.
spooky.
In light of recent and past events, Niji Sanji will no longer be supported here until the company is shown to care about their community and their own streamers. Going forward, we're also seeing a lot of artists coming forward and making statements. You have a very popular artist here saying, update, in light of recent events, I will revise my art policy. Until this point, I have never drawn any art of Niji Sanji. From now on, I will never draw any art of Niji Sanji. Thank you for your continued support. And things would get worse because last night Niji Sanji made their first public tweet since the termination announcement. And guess what it was? A merch plug.
4,000
yes,
retweets.
Ladies and gentlemen, after facing a accusation that one of their livers was bullied from within.
Well, I mean, I think this really kind of goes to say livers are here to serve.
What the fuck?
You know, it's just like.
What the fuck?
Isn't it like the music industry where the record labels own the music, like the companies own the persona? But like, isn't it a well-established, like, I don't know, is it a well-established fact? Because I think people do know that, and people don't like a lot of the record companies.
At least I don't like them for that. If there is one thing I fucking hate about record companies, is the fact that they own right over the music and they're being ass. And if there is one thing that made me happy lately is the fact that there is a fan game of Undertale, that you like Undertale or not, it's open to you, that's called Yellow Undertale, and they use part of Undertale music and they reference Undertale music in their own music. And the
Toby doesn't
publisher...
seem to care, which is... I say because Toby doesn't really care, which is great.
Yeah, but I don't spoil the end, Blue. Huh? Basically, the publisher of Undertale, the people above Toby Fox, very much above Toby Fox, said like, hey, by the way, we are going to give you a trial unless you retire that because you use this music and we don't want you to use this music. And they say, hey, Toby Fox pretty chill with that stuff, you know? The people that made the game, they answered that. So why are you like this? And they say, well, it's the law, fuck you. And basically, if you want to use it, you need to have the authorization of Toby Fox. And I'm sure you're never going to have the authorization of Toby Fox. Guess what? Toby Fox came. He apologized to the people that made Yellow Undertale. He made a huge donation to them. And he just told the publisher to shut the fucking hell up. And he basically gave every right for the people that did the fan game to use the music as much as they want, And that's great, because he's the artist that made the music. Who the fuck is this dude that is producer that basically just stick two fingers in his ass and just enjoy the benefit of having Toby Fox doing the hard work of creating the stuff to say that they don't have the right? Like, that's incredible to me. You're basically like doing something, someone that loves the thing you do decide to make a reference to you because they love you and they want to live a bit about it. What is the bad thing about living a bit about it? Everyone loves to do fan art, and if they can pay for it, that's even better. But there's a mysterious person that came and is like, oh no, you can't do that. Shut the fuck up. Go home. You're just here for the money. Go home. You're literally just a parasite. If you weren't there, nothing would have changed. You're just someone that is in addition to the stuff. You don't have the right to talk. Sebastian Wolf was the name of the video. Thank you, FM. Exactly. And yes, the music industry always made me violently upset. Same. The idol industry, because I'm still a fan of Japan, I learned a bit about Japan. The idol industry always disgusted me for the same reason. And I don't watch. How is it called? Hololive. As much as I love to watch Hololive, as much as there is people that I consider to be my ancestor, people that I consider to be the prime people, etc., I never was able to watch Hololive, and I will never watch Hololive because I'm terrified of what could be happening inside Hololive. Because when you know a bit about the idol industry in Japan, you understand how bad it gets. It gets very bad. The stuff about the other VTubers that slept with the management, that's nothing. That's nothing. That's just a start. At some point, I'm playing my Cassandra, saying stuff that nobody will believe, and that will happen. At some point, there will be stories about how management raped some people in the VTubing industry in order to allow them to continue to do the job inside company. This is going to get out at some point. This is going to happen. Of course it's going to happen. It happened a lot of time in Japan, and Japan is censoring it all the time. It's bound to happen in this industry because it's taking, sometimes, a part of the industry at least, is taking this direction. If I have one advice about anyone that is a VTuber like me and a dependent and that want to enter a company, I'm not decided if I do that or not yet, is to really, really try as much as you can, and it's hard because they hide it, to understand what's happening inside it. And if you can trust them, you can put yourself in real danger in the hand of people that are sociopaths, literally sociopaths. So be careful. And if you can, always keep your stuff and always keep a way to protect yourself, to have a way to get out. If they try, it's just like a relationship. It is a relationship. It's a relationship, except it's not between you and another person, it's between you and a company. That make it even more dangerous because the responsibility is shared, meaning that the responsibility is diminished for every people participating in it. Make sure that the same red flag you would have in a relationship, the company doesn't do it. If they try to cut you from your friend, cut you from your other revenues, if they try to control you, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. It's not worth it. It's not worth it because you may be thinking, okay, but at least I will be fed and I will be warm and stuff like this. Yeah, but they can destroy you for life. They can break you mentally. They can take the stuff you love, the very job you love to do, and they can make you have PTSD about it. Just read about the story about the idols and what happened to them in Japan, about what happened, about the very worst ends they can get, and you will see. You will see. Sorry for
I
editing.
think that's also bad. I mean, fuck. Most don't care. No, you're right. You're right. This is, it goes back to what I said about the artist, the sweat.
Yeah, Coco?
All that mentioning, it's like at the end, I would 100% just. I don't care how much throws back on me from forcing my way out of that situation. I would rather just be out of it because I can't stand that shit.
Yeah, but when you're under so much pressure, basically at some point getting out means killing yourself because it seems to be the easiest way to do it. That's the danger. That's the danger.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. Doki is just the start. Doki is just the start. If things turn bad, and I hope they will not turn bad, Doki is just the start.
Shops, the phones, people don't really care. They only care about the content. But for me, I think it's a very big difference. Because like a lot of people are like emotionally invested into a character that is fake. To me, that's different.
Yeah, and that's true. That was something I wanted to say too. One thing I'm very afraid about Hololive too is that I don't know if they're a real person actually. I don't know if that's really their personality. I don't know if they don't do something only for the views. That's why I love the streamers, because of the authenticity. Of course, some are going to fake it a bit and stuff like this, stuff like that. But there still far much less risk because there is no obligation to do it. And in addition, faking stuff or stuffy is never going to guarantee you to succeed because you need to have everything on the table for every test, you know? Everyone likes his own colors. So, yeah. And it's very something important for me. It's an advice that everyone gives me and that I think is very good, is that, hey, be yourself. If you're an VTuber, be yourself. People are going to like you. Always have people liking you. All I have show, hence why I didn't react much to the Okakoro ring. What is the Okakoro ring? Because I don't retain names, so I don't remember. Is that the very young VTuber? The one that is still a minor? Which is a whole fucking other kind of worm. Okayu Korone. Okayu Korone. Let me stop being stupid. Okayu Korone. What the? What? Huh? Yeah, like always, you see a bunch of stuff. That one song when Korone and Okayu had the sense of giving each other a ring in a New Year song. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay. What does that mean? I don't know. Are they my? I don't know. Are they even real? I don't know. Myself, I can tell you that much. You're not dealing with anything else than me. I may be exaggerating a bit sometimes, just for funnies, you know, just to be yahoo. But yeah, at least I know that I'm real. that's stupid to say, but I don't know what's happening with Okayu Korone. I don't know if they're really lesbian or not. I saw that long time ago. There was some story about them kissing and stuff like this, and it's fake apps. I don't know. I'm not in their life. I don't know nothing about them. But FM is fake as fuck. But yeah, I mean, if they're playing on a lesbian thing to get more people, isn't that a bit cheating? I don't know. It's not something I want to do, at least. That much I know. I don't want to do that myself in my streams. I'm not interested by that. I'm having such a hard time already being myself. I don't need to be someone else at the same time.
Now, I'm not saying that, you know, you shouldn't like it, but to me, that's different. It's the way that I feel about the situation.
To the point of attempting her own life, their response next is to sell merch. And it's probably not that surprising given their history. They're probably trying to maximize everything they can, clear out stock, and do the best they can as the negative reaction to their company grows. And yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But there is some good news out of this situation. DokiBird, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay.
DokiBird is like exploding. Their counts are going
120,000 people watching their live.
They're already, I believe, at
I think
this
it's a
point,
record. I'm not sure, but I think it's a record on Vtuber.
I wouldn't be surprised.
On Twitter, but if you go to their YouTube page, they have over 200,000 subscribers. They have gained almost all of that in the past 24 hours. You can see they have their return stream scheduled for the 7th, which
it was a
is
huge
tomorrow
success.
as of recording this video. And you can see, despite this stream not being live for another day, there's over 3,000 people waiting, actively sitting in the chat,
no doubt,
talking to one another. It's very wholesome. It's great.
Well, this is one of the big. This is one of the biggest VTuber dramas that's happened. Yeah, this is huge.
Yeah, but
this is a drama. This is a big one.
Bring people together, at least, not one that separate people.
If there's any positives that came out of the situation,
that's surprising. And
she's gonna have an amazing career. I think we all know that. But that's gonna do it for this video. That is the reaction and the fallout of this Selene termination situation. But that's going to do it for this video. Please, as always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics.
And please go follow this person for making this amazing video.
Yeah, I think this shit is fucking crazy. I think a lot of these different
and please follow us
agencies are completely fucking exploitative. The level of control they exert
not always
over
great,
their
not
talent
always bad.
is
think they're
totally
interesting.
over the line. I think Nija Sanji
Also,
is probably one of the worst examples, but they are just the farthest on
Oshi,
the
so
spectrum.
that's important.
Many of the other ones are still on the
Makes your
spectrum.
bow can
I am amazed
enjoy
that the
spending your
current
time with
internet
the Asmon
culture
Gold.
accepts this,
Can-
and I think people know this and are okay with it. I think this is absolutely horrible. Now, obviously, you know, what the fuck does my opinion matter? Who cares what I think? But I think they're all bad. They're not all bad. I think they're all, you know, on that spectrum. Like, people can't talk about how they feel about certain things. They can't express themselves to the extent that you become an individual who cannot have their own thoughts.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Like, are you even a person anymore? Like, it's fucking sick. And so, yeah, I'm glad to see at least one of these companies is getting called out for this. Fuck them. Rip Bozo, sink the yacht. Fuck them.
Sing the yacht.
You should see K-pop idols.
Yeah, same shit.
You're totally right. You are totally fucking right. And I feel the same way about that.
Japan. That's
Yeah,
Japan
absolutely.
for you.
And it's like, yeah, it's idol culture. It's disgusting. Absolutely fucking disgusting.
Yep, exactly
I
what I
wish
said.
more people
I'm glad he's
realized
agreeing
it,
with me on
because
that.
I think that a lot of people don't. They don't really get it. Can I be a bozo, please? No, these people are already taking your place. I'm sorry to say. Yeah, Ninja Sunday's forcing total collapse. I mean, again, I really hope that something like this, like I'm not, I don't know, like, do they deserve to like completely fall apart? Like, I don't know enough about the situation to like really say that.
I only care
And,
about
like, I
the
don't
people
think there's
that are
enough
going
information publicly to really be
to
sure.
suffer from it.
But what I do
The
know
content
is that
creators that are going to suffer from it.
I think that more people should be aware,
I'm
and
only
they
worried for
shouldn't
them.
like. I don't know. I wish that people weren't as much fanboys of these groups. Whenever I think that these groups exist at the expense of people's own.
Yeah, I never thought about it, but Blue, is there people that are actually fan of like companies rather than the answers and the content creator
Yeah.
inside them? Really?
Yeah.
But why? Companies are
I
never
have
doing
no idea.
anything.
Because they
What are you
just
talking
they basically they become a fan through like one of the people that they are hiring, and then they start to like the company and defend the company, and it's just it's like
But-
how Nintendo or PlayStation or HoloLive.
Oh no, you're talking about the most terrible persons that have the most terrible taste in video game. Fanboys for companies in video game are the worst kind of people ever. They're going to defend with spikes and fork and torches every fucking thing that get out of the company, even if it's utter trash. That's the kind of person that basically tried to say, hey, it's copied Polygon for Polygon from Pokemon to Palworld, and then put together the meshes, and you see that they're different, and you're like, okay, please stop
Yeah.
being stupid. Just there is 10,000 angles on which you can attack them. But meshes, when you say Polygon for Polygon, it needs to be Polygon for Polygon. Ah, gosh, oh, my head. I'm going to start my own VTuber agency. It's going to be called Vianus, and it will be a company I stole from Nyana. I'm the worst. Let's finish the video.
Agency and self-will and ability to express themselves. I think it's very weird. And I'm glad that more people are talking about it. And hopefully this raises awareness to the entire issue as a whole. You didn't even say Ninja Sanji, right? Well, who cares? They don't treat their people right. Why should I say their name right? Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them. Fuck them.
As I said, it's going to re-rip Bozo
them, fuck
soon, no
them.
matter what. Like, who the fuck is going to support these clowns after this? Yeah, who cares about them?
He can be very funny. That's something I love a lot about him. All
Is there an
right.
epidemic of loneliness? I personally, this is like a really weird perspective to have. I think I'm a lot
Stop
different
it!
than a lot
What
of
the
other
fuck
people
are
in
you
the way
doing,
that, like,
computer? I'm sorry, everyone. Like I was saying, I'm going to go back because it's important that I show actually who made the videos that Asmongold was watching. It was by Rave Say Desu. Please go support this person, go sub to them, go follow. I watch a bunch of their video too. They're doing basically VTubing journalism, which is something that starts to be developing quite a bit. And it's very weird that it's VTuber doing that, but it's also very funny. I like it. Support Asmongold TV, of course. He say a lot of stuff. Sometimes I don't agree with him, sometimes I agree with him. In any case, it's always interesting to compare your point of view with others. And thank you for watching too. I hope you had fun watching this. I hope you had fun listening to me rambling. And let's all have a great day after that. And let's try to all be a bit better with what we learned today and what things we can get out of the very, very bad error of Niji Crappy, and what horrible stuff they did to basically the very own people they depend on to have anything, because without as a content creator they are nothing as a company. All right, bye everyone, take care.
We're ending stream?
No, I'm ending the video on YouTube.
Oh, okay. I was confused for a moment.